Hi, this is Donna. Welcome to DD Paper Crafts, and in today's video we're going to be making this no dies necessary, no SVG files necessary, golf bag style gift bag with a gusseted pocket and a handle on the side, and you can obviously adapt these to suit your needs. And the bag is 6 inches high and 3 5/8 inch across at its widest point. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm starting with a sheet of 11 by 6.5. Along the 11-inch side, I'm scoring at 1 3/4, 3.5, 5.25, 7, 8 3/4, and 10.5. Rotate, and along the short side, score at 1/2 inch. Fold and burnish along all of the score lines. And we want to cut up each of the score lines along the 1/2 inch glue tab up to the horizontal score line. So I'm going to cut along, cut a wedge from the ends to create our glue tabs. Remove the end tab completely and take a wedge from the end of the side glue tab. So your piece looks like this. I'm going to add construction glue to my side glue tab, fold over and join up the two ends. I'm going to tuck under each of the glue tabs momentarily. Now, if you have hexagon dies, you can cut yourself a hexagon for the right size. If you don't have hexagon dies, put your piece into its chosen shape. Just place your hand on the top to support and draw around the base like so. So I'm going to cut my hexagon out. Now you may want to draw around this again depending on what you're intending on putting in the box. Flip your box over, add your glue to your base. Obviously try to maintain the shape of the box, and I'm going to sit my base on top. I'm going to flip my base over. Once this element is dry, I can just go around, and where I need to, I can trim off any excess. I'm happy with my base. And now if I had cut the two, I would add my second base to the inside. So this is essentially our golf bag. It's now about making it look like a golf bag. I've decorated the outside of the box, so I'm now ready to put the handle and the pockets on. I cut two strips which were 11 1/4 inch by 1 inch, and along the short side I used my scoreboard just to create this grooved effect. I then turned the card over, so I've used the grooves sticking outwards rather than going in, if that makes sense. So I've added a band at the top and the bottom, and I think that's quite effective. I'm pleased with how that's come out. Each of the panels I've added some DSP, and these were 3 3/4 by 1.5. I'm now going to create the gusseted pocket, and I've got two pieces which are 2 by 3.25, one piece which is 1 by 2, and we're going to score this along the 1 inch side at every 1/4 inch. And then two pieces which are 3 1/4 by 1, and again we're going to score at every 1/4 inch. Take all three pieces, fold and burnish, and it's very important that you fold and burnish these so that the piece is parallel and lined up, and each of the sections are the same size. And you want to concertina fold each piece so that you get a W or an M. Take your base, your shortest piece, and just fold back so that it's in a V shape, an upside down V. With your fold upwards, line the score line up with the base of one of the outer pieces, like so. And just make a pencil mark where the two intersect, like so. Repeat, just flip your piece over and do on the other side, like so. And then I'm going to cut diagonally from the pencil line on the fold down to the score line, so I'm trimming the end off. Flip it up and do the same. So my piece now is this shape. Fold your smallest piece back up into its W. Take one of your side gussets, take your base piece, add a small dot of glue on the end, on the outer facing pieces of your W. Take your side piece, slot your base piece inside your side pieces. So my piece is glued here between the underside of this front of the side and here, and you should find that because of your V that you've cut out the end of your base piece, it slots over this piece. So my bottom looks like this. So my base is slotted over and inside the side piece. Do the same at the other end. So I'm going to add a dot of glue to the front of the base and the back of the base at the end. Take my second side piece and slot it on the outside of the base piece, like so. I'm going to add glue to the around the edges of the gusset, like so. Flip that over and attach that to one of my panels. So that looks like this. Make sure it sits squarely. And then I'm going to add glue to the top that's facing me and sit the other pocket piece on top. Make sure that's all lined up. So that's my pocket piece, and now I can decorate the front of that and decide whether I want to have that as it is or if I want to add a flap to come over the top. I've decorated the front of the pocket and just added a flap onto the top, which was 2 inches wide, and then you can obviously make this as long as you want, and I've just adhered it to the back. I'm going to add glue to the back of the pocket and then add that on the front of my bag, like so. And you can obviously add on as many pockets as you need to suit your needs. And then finally, for the handle, I've cut a piece which is 7 inches by 1 inch, and I've added some DSP on the top, which was 6 7/8 by 7/8. And I'm going to just have that looped over like so, and I'm going to attach that to the side with a brad. I'll do that now and then come back. Here's the finished bag. I've added the handle, which obviously you can change the length of that and position it wherever you so wish. We've got the pocket added. Just to reiterate, it's 6 inches high, and at its widest point it is 3 5/8 of an inch across. You could certainly get a few golf balls and golf tees in here. And all in all, it's been a fun little project to put together, and I'm quite happy with how this one's turned out. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel. And until next time, thanks for watching.